So here's my trout stream survey data I have for Lafayette County, Wisconsin. Lafayette County is in the way southern edge of Wisconsin. It borders Illinois. It's to the west of Greene County. It is definitely not the most sought after county to go for trout in, but there's definitely streams in this county. And in these surveys, I've categorized the trout for something I was previously doing, where I characterize the quality of brown trout as trout over 12, the amount of trout over 12 inches per mile, amount of trout over 16 inches per mile, and the amount of trout total for brown trout per mile, and also pounds of trout per mile if that was available. I don't even know, that's probably only available in a few surveys in this county. And then for brook trout, I categorize them as brook trout per mile and brook trout over 10 inches per mile. I only think there's one stream that is brook trout in this county. And rainbow trout I categorize as rainbow trout per mile and rainbow trout over 12 per mile. I don't think there's really any naturally reproducing rainbow trout in the driftless area, so there's not very many rainbow trout in any of these surveys. So the first stream is Wolf Creek, and Wolf Creek just has a few brown trout in it, and they were pretty small. The next stream is the Yellowstone River. I think I did fish this once because my aunt used to own this little house and like 12 acres by this river, and I think all we caught out of it was chubs. And there was not very many trout in that stream either, and there were browns also. Another stream is Whiteside Creek. This stream also only had brown trout in it, and there really wasn't that many. There's not many surveys on a lot of these creeks, probably because they're not very good trout streams. And Trout Brook definitely doesn't have a lot of trout in it for a trout brook, and it doesn't have any brook trout in it. It just had a couple browns caught in the survey. And Steiner Branch is the best stream, the stream with the most fish in this county, and it has both brown and brook trout in it. It has more brook trout than brown trout. And this stream is kind of an abnormality in this area for brook trout because most of the streams around here don't have brook trout, much for brook trout at all in them for probably like 20 or 30 miles, which there's lots of streams, so that is a decent distance. But this stream has a lot of fish in it, and it has some decent sized brookies too, and some alright sized browns. I think this stream is all catch and release only, but I could be wrong. The next stream is Sawmill Creek. This stream has brown and rainbow trout in it. I think this creek was also in Greene County. And this had good numbers of fish in Greene County too. This would probably be a decent creek worthwhile trying. The next stream is Mud Branch. That's definitely not a name for a trout stream, but this branch is called Mud Branch for some stream. I'm not very familiar with any of these streams, so I don't know a whole lot of them. I think the only one that has special regulations is Steiner Branch, but the rest are just a general regulation for this county, which I think is 3 trout, 8 inches. Not any massive fish though, and not really that high of numbers compared to other counties. The next creek is McClintock Creek. This stream only had a few brown trout. They did catch one really big brown trout. Another stream is Lovett Creek. This stream also only has a few brown trout in it. They did catch they did survey 17 inches though. The next stream is Jones Branch. This stream has a few brown trout, which weren't very big. I don't know how big of a creek this is, though I think it's a pretty small creek. The next stream is Brennan Creek. I think this stream also was in Greene County. And this stream has a few brown trout in it that were small. And the final creek is Canon Creek, and this creek has a few brown trout in it.